Survivor Series 2015.
Let's talk about that.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 3 of Let's Talk About That Survivor Series 2015.
What a pay-per-view.
It was a pay-per-view. It was something. I mean, we've heard both sides. I mean, there's some parts I liked, some parts I didn't like. What drove me crazy is the outcome. We knew what the outcome was going to be when they started rolling the cameras in the pre-show.
Right, but they did a swerve to us. But the Survivor Series kickoff match, what pissed me off is they had 2 Survivor Series matches, and we did not know 2 traditional Survivor Series matchups, and we did not know at all whatsoever who was in either one ahead of time. I cannot stand that. Build story around these things.
I know you had enough people feuding.
You had The Miz, you had Bo Dallas, and you had Cosmic Wasteland. So that's 5 people, okay, taking on Neville, the Dudley Boys, Titus O'Neil, and Goldust. I understand the Goldust and the Stardust type part of the Dudleys and the Ascension.
And Goldust was coming back, so he was the last one to come out, so you
I
get
get
kind of
that.
the shot value. But you should save that for the pay-per-view.
Thank you. But then you got Bo Dallas, who's not feuding nobody. I mean, he had feuded with Neville back at NXT. You had Miz, who's not feuding with anybody. And you have Titus O'Neil without his partner, which I read on Twitter that Darren Young said he was dealing with some issues, some personal issues. So don't know what's going on with that.
But he's back, though. He's back now.
He's back now, right after the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But that explains why Titus O'Neil was put into the tournament for the championship.
That explains too. That
It's very odd.
What kind of shocked me about this, other than, I mean, I like Goldust being back, but you could have promoted some, but you had Neville, Dudley Boys, Titus's picture there, and then a blank picture.
Right.
Who is their mystery? Who is their mystery partner?
Yes.
Build toward it.
The Soul Survivors was the Dudleys, Titus O'Neil, and Goldust.
Yes,
so
Neville,
all those people, Neville got
pinned. The one I didn't think would get pinned, I thought either one of the Dudleys, Devon would be pinned, or Titus would be pinned.
We knew Goldust. I mean, it'd be stupid to pin Goldust.
Why do you bring Goldust back and then pin him? Yes, of course. But Neville was surprised. Like, oh, well, who's doghouse he in? Then he goes and wins a match against somebody on Raw, and you're thinking, okay, well, I guess he wasn't in the doghouse.
It really don't make
shot
sense.
value, I guess.
I would have just left it to where it was all 5.
Yeah.
Beat all 5 of the other ones. Because the other 5 are jobbers anyway.
They're all right
so
now.
why not? But then we had the semi-final match for the vacated WWE World Heavyweight Championship
I would start
tournament.
the show off, you know.
You do, of course. You have semi-finals. You start the show off. You have Roman Reigns taking on Alberto Del Rio with Zeb Coulter. Winner was Roman Reigns. You knew right when the match started. Yes. Of course, Roman Reigns is probably going to keep going because Del Rio has a championship anyway. But I will say this. You know, I've never always been a big fan of Roman Reigns. I liked him in the Shield. I'm okay with him. I'm not a huge fan, but I will say this: that match was a pretty stellar match. They worked well together.
They did work well together.
And there was a lot of up and downs. There was some false finishes. The way they worked that match, I could have seen Del Rio beat him. Yeah. Just the way they worked the matchup. But I mean, I'll give it 5 stars for a good match. But obviously, we kind of had that feeling that okay, Roman Reigns is going to win this.
But I know Roman Reigns is going to win it, so why don't you build towards something else? If you want Jack Swagger and Alberto, let's build toward that. Right. Have Jack come out. Have Jack confront Zeb on the ringside, which distracts Alberto. He turns around, spear from Roman Reigns. You have these two going. Reigns advances, of course.
I can see that.
But you build, and they're not doing that.
No, not at all. And then you have your second match, which was the semifinal match in the vacated World Heavyweight Championship match tournament.
We thought, Dean. We picked Dean in our picks.
But it could have been either way.
It could have went either way.
Could have been either way because you could have had a heel versus face with Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. So it could have went either way. But they were going with the whole brothers facing each other.
Yes.
So Dean Ambrose beats Kevin Owens in what is essentially an internet darling matchup, if you will. But
now we're going to get them. We're going to get them at TLC for the Intercontinental title.
There you go. So they saw how well them two worked together. So maybe they thought, okay, well look at this match. That was a good match. So let's have them for the Intercontinental Championship. And plus, really and truly, by Dean Ambrose winning that match, should have made him number one contender regardless.
That's true. I know.
You won him in you beat him in a non-title matchup.
Yeah.
So you should be number one contender.
But he had to go and beat Tyler Breeze and Dolph to get the number one contendership.
Right.
So, yeah.
Which I bet Tyler Breeze got
WWE logic. I don't remember.
I don't watch SmackDown, so whatever. Anyway, then you had a traditional Survivor Series.
Even for you to say, I thought I had trouble with that.
Survivor Series elimination match, which again, nobody was announced for this match at all. But you had Ryback, you had the Lucha Dragons, and you had the Usos taking on the New Day, Sheamus, and New Day, of course, what's his name? Had his pay-per-view hair going.
Oh, he did. He was stunned.
What's his face?
And every
pay-per-view seems like he has new hair.
But you know when he's telling people, don't touch the hair.
Of course. Of course.
And they touch the hair on one side down the other.
It's just like a pretty boy gimmick. If you say don't touch the hair, that's what's going to happen.
It just pisses me off that New Day and Sheamus and Wade Barrett should have won. I'm sorry. I mean, they should have won.
Well, New Day, Sheamus, and Wade Barrett, like you said, lost, but the Soul Survivors, which was very odd, they got rid of Sin Cara, and they got rid of Jimmy Uso, and so you had Jey Uso, Kalisto, and Ryback.
Yes, but the New Day should have won.
Would have been cool.
And that was just bad when Big E got taken out. Everybody left. They were still.
That was
Kofi.
I'll give them that.
They're not coming back.
I'll give them that. They did something funny there, and Sheamus is like, "What? I'm by myself." Funny stuff. I like that.
Yeah,
I do like that about the New Day. But I would say this would be something to work off of. You could have made I'll borrow a term from a buddy of mine, and you know exactly who it is. I would have made a cruiserweight killer gimmick out of this right here. Out of this match right here.
Uh-huh.
Who beat Ryback in the tournament?
It was Kalisto.
Thank you. So the two guys that are left on his winning team are two smaller guys. If I was Ryback, okay, he's got nothing going for himself right now.
No, they already have. Once he lost the Intercontinental title, he's been in the crowd.
Which most of the time that happens. Everybody loses the Intercontinental title, nothing happens with them.
You can't think of nothing else for him.
Right, so I would take Ryback, been pissed off because he lost in the tournament. He should have been in the tournament. He felt like he was robbed by Kalisto. I would have attacked Kalisto, and Jey Uso turned around like, what the crap? Jey Uso got attacked. Okay, so now not only did you say you work off of Jack Swagger Del Rio off the first match, now, of course, you work off of this being for the U.S. title, and then, or Intercontinental title, I mean, and then off of the third match, boom, you've already got another match. You've got Ryback attacking the smaller guys.
You could, okay, I like what you're saying there.
Because
But let's go with Kalisto, who already beat Ryback.
Yep.
Somehow caused Ryback to get pinned during the match and eliminated.
That would have been even better.
Then he comes in, he gets into the shell shock, and there's Kalisto gets pinned. That's two you've got gone.
That would have been
and
cool.
There you go. I mean, you got a smaller guy and a big guy, but still, hey, you want the new Rey Mysterio? Kalisto's going to be
That's the way to do it. Kalisto's the way to do it. You have Kalisto and Ryback, so you have the underdog, and basically Ryback could be the little bully, even though apparently you can't say bully.
No, you can't.
Because Lana got in trouble for saying bully on Twitter.
Cannot be a bully in WWE.
Even though that's what heels are, but whatever. But that would have worked though. Ryback being the little bully, pushing around the little guy because he has a complex about himself because he lost to the smaller guy. It works, people. Then you had the fourth matchup for the WWE Divas Championship match. Charlotte taking on Paige. And they say winner is still the Divas Champion, Charlotte, by submission.
Yeah, that match, it had its good points and bad points. Okay. It looked like they worked together, sometimes hitting on all cylinders.
Right.
And sometimes it looked they were missing. I love what Paige did, saying that she was under the ropes, that Charlotte was under the ropes when she made the submission on there, which is good.
You add more to the story.
You do add some more to the story. But I think if they work together more on the house shows, they'll get...
They're saying that they
there were
feel
a few
like
misses here.
They say if you watch Charlotte's match, I've seen some stuff on Botchamania, but if you watch some stuff with Charlotte, they say that she's still not like hitting her full stride on the main roster. That she's almost holding back like she's nervous. They said that's why they need to go with Sasha Banks and just go full force with her because it seems like Charlotte is just nervous on the main roster. And it could be the bigger crowds maybe making her something's going on because to me, Charlotte is not the same Charlotte that you had down in NXT.
No,
she's not. In her matches, to me, she doesn't feel the same.
Does she? Because it's live, but you were on the takeovers, which are live.
Right.
Live TV, but maybe it's weekly live TV.
And I will say this: I saw. I don't know if I think it might have been Botchamania with her and Nikki, and they said Nikki worked the leg the entire matchup. Okay, so you think the logic is so that way she can't put on the figure 8.
Right.
Or if she does it, it won't hurt as bad or what, you know what I'm saying?
It hurts you because your legs hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Her legs hurt, so Charlotte puts the move on there, it'll hurt Charlotte.
Right.
Because her limbs are hurting. Okay, and then, of course, she puts the move on puts the move on Nikki Bella with ease and wins the match.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you can't
No.
work
have a hurt leg and then
exactly. You can't work an element of the body.
What are you, Roman Reigns with a hurt arm and you come back and
there you go.
Sorry, that's not out loud. I'm sorry.
I just don't like how you work a limb.
No.
That limb has to hurt the whole match.
Yes, you should not. I'm a healed. No, you're not got no John Cena
Can't
serum.
do John Cena.
That's
There
hard
you
to
go.
say. John Cena
Cena
serum. Yes.
The 5th
Now
match.
this match should have been on the. I would have took the traditional and moved it down and put this match on the pre-show.
Why are you trying to put Dolph on a pre-show?
Dolph needs to take some time off. I'm agreeing.
Somebody else said
I'm
that.
agreeing
Who
with
said
JR.
JR is the one that said that?
Mm-hmm.
That you think he's not hitting on all cylinders, he needs to go refresh?
He does need to go.
They say he's only got 2 years left.
That's what he said.
He said in 2 years he's done. So
He'll just be puddling around the middle part of the.
oh yeah, for the whole 2 years, they probably won't even push him. They'll just let him push other people. Which, I mean, that may have been why they went ahead and pulled the plug on. Not pull the plug. That means you end
Pull
it.
the trigger.
Pull the trigger
Yes.
on bringing up Tyler Breeze.
But see, okay, I'm glad Tyler Breeze beat Dolph. If you didn't see it, I'm glad. I did not. I picked Dolph because I'm going. Hey, they're giving Tyler Breeze the
Well,
same
what's
treatment.
pissing me off is like
I said, he should
have lost cleanly in the tournament.
But he did. I know. That's exactly right. He shouldn't have been in the tournament. You have too many more people on the roster you could put in the
That's
tournament.
been there long enough.
Who's going to draw? Who's going to lose? No, it doesn't make no difference. If they're losing, don't put a new guy who just come up.
He shouldn't have been in the tournament at all. He should have cost Dolph his spot in the tournament.
Thank you.
Tyler should have never been in the tournament, period.
No.
Because he hasn't earned his spot in the
That's
tournament.
why we have a match here. And Dolph wanted the match. Why?
Just because you got Summer Rae? Well, they were never together in the first place.
Yeah, I know. Because he kicked you in the face right there on the Miz TV. Hello? I think taking you out of the championship, a shot at the championship,
would be a bigger
pissed
issue.
off more reason to fight somebody than...
You hit me in the face, or you took the girl that thinks that, you're a big man, or blah, 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 but you take me out of a tournament, you make me lose my spot in the tournament, that's a reason.
Yeah.
Or, how about this? I don't know who Dolph faced in the tournament.
Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose. That would have been interesting if they would have found, because they don't do anything backstage anymore.
They sure hell don't.
Only interviews. If they would have found
no managers, no backstage, no, I know.
They would have found Dolph laid out in the locker room or the bathroom.
Okay, they did. Okay, I'm sorry. They did do some backstage on SmackDown since you don't watch it.
I don't watch it.
Natalia was taken out, and all fingers pointing to Paige.
Oh yeah.
Had they figured that shit out?
No,
they just dropped it. They dropped
it.
They've said nothing else about it.
Yep. I did see that on YouTube.
And the bad thing about this is, I'm afraid Hideo Itami's thing where he got taken out, it's not going to be answered.
Yeah, they're not going to.
Somebody did it. It ain't going to be Finn Balor because he's good. At least make it be Joe. Somebody. Come
Joe,
on.
before he ever debuted, just took out another contender. It would have made sense to get closer to Finn Balor.
Of course.
Okay, but here's the thing.
I know works with that's what we talk about here. So
we talk about.
We're not trailing off. We talk about what we're going to talk about here.
Okay, but they could have found Dolph Ziggler knocked out in the locker room or the bathroom, something like that.
Yes.
Because they did Natalia in the locker room. They should have done like Dolph in the bathroom.
Hallway. It don't make no difference.
Right. And then you don't see Tyler Breeze walking away from there, but you see Summer Rae walking away. Okay, she's not going to be the one to knock him out.
No.
So obviously, it was Tyler Breeze. And then they continue to question Dolph. Okay, so Dolph's out of the tournament. He doesn't even have a match because he got knocked out.
Right.
So whoever he was facing gets a bye. So then you have Dolph being interviewed numerous times. Do you know who attacked you? Did you see who it was? Did they hit you from the front or the back? I mean, were you able to see them where they did it? And that's where the investigation continues, and then boom, you figure out Tyler Breeze. Then you have a big brawl out in the ring.
Bring GTV back.
Or you have a big brawl backstage where Dolph comes against Tyler Breeze, and then you make the match for the pay-per-view. My gosh, it's not hard.
It's not. Hey, y'all love talking during matches. Not even about the match going on.
Exactly.
Why don't we just cut back to the back? Because we have disturbance in the back. Let's cut back there and see what's happening. Oh, a limo's pulling up. Oh, we don't do that anymore unless it's Vince McMahon or Triple H.
Probably can't afford limos anymore.
That should be it.
Sixth match, Undertaker and Kane reuniting as the Brothers of Destruction, taking on the Wyatt family. They said it was Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, but they decided with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper.
Of course.
Which I like that better. Braun was outside.
He was outside. He was
Eric Rowan came in the first 2 seconds of the match, and they both destroyed him. I think double choke slam.
He was gone.
And then they said he went all the way to the backstage. He didn't even lay out. He just went to the backstage.
He out.
And so, of course, in the 25th anniversary,
you had the best entrance. Come on.
Of course, the 25th anniversary of Undertaker being in the WWE at that the debuting 1991, wasn't it? The Survivor Series 91? 90? It's either 90 or 91. Anyway.
It would have been 90 and 91. He had Hogan title match, so it wouldn't have been 90.
Would have been 90? Whatever.
Yes, it was 91 because 92 was the Royal Rumble where Flair won the title that they took off Undertaker because he beat Hogan with help from Flair. So it was 90 when he debuted.
So 90 Survivor Series, 91 Survivor Series. The 91 Survivor Series, he beat Hogan for that.
Yes, and the Greatest Challenge. When they used to do that. Ultimate Challenge, Ultimate Warrior won. Greatest Challenge, Undertaker won. So you kind of figured, you know?
That's right.
So one of these challenges, who wins? I wonder.
Okay. So anyway, Undertaker and Kane.
Believe that!
Undertaker and Kane won. Who did they pin? I'm hoping Luke Harper.
I do not remember.
I can't remember. They didn't need to pin Bray Wyatt. They don't need to pin him.
It might have been Luke.
But you know, Bray Wyatt doesn't care about wins and losses.
That's what they say.
But 7th matchup.
The main event,
event.
We're going to get a new WWE champion. Will it be Roman Reigns, the Golden Boy, or Dean Ambrose,
the lunatic,
the one the fans love?
For the vacated WWE World Heavyweight Championship in 5 minutes. Yes.
Don't read that yet.
I'm reading it.
Because that's not part of the match. That's
That is
after the match.
The winner.
Now that's how long you held the belt.
Oh, that's stupid. I thought that was the whole match.
No.
Winner is the new champion, Roman Reigns, and he held the belt for 5 minutes and 15 seconds. They had confetti.
He was on the mountaintop of that big fight.
Triple H came out.
It's 5 minutes and 15 seconds of fame.
There you go. Triple H tried to come out and give him a handshake, and of course Roman Reigns said absolutely not. Roman Reigns went to go leave out of, Roman Reigns went to leave out of the ring.
Yes, and
turn around and spear Triple H. Unwarranted.
Yeah.
That was kind of a hellish move.
It was.
Triple H did not touch him.
He was doing this.
Whee!
Trying to get the handshake.
Exactly. So I don't really understand that. I mean...
It's best for business, folks.
They are trying to do the whole Daniel Bryan storyline, but Triple H did not pedigree him. Triple H didn't pedigree him.
No.
So Roman Reigns shouldn't have touched him. But anyway, Roman Reigns speared the man, Triple H, and before he could really even get up and get his bearings back after the spear, he turns around to a bro kick from Sheamus, and he kicked out the first time, and then he had a little tussle, and then another bro kick.
Going for a spear.
He went for a spear, he moved out of the way, he got a bro kick, and then 1, the 2, and the 3. And so your official new World Heavyweight Champion is Sheamus, but they can now say that Roman Reigns has been WWE World Champion.
Yes.
So obviously he will be a 2-time champion.
He will be a 2-time champion.
Maybe he'll be 20 times one day.
And since he is not the WWE champion, and since if he will not be in the title match at Royal Rumble, which I hope he is, then he will win the Royal Rumble. That will ruin another event for me, knowing the outcome before it happens.
There you go.
That's what's pissing me off about WWE.
But you did not know that was going to happen. Sheamus cashing in. You did not know.
I'm glad that happened.
But a lot of people are upset because, that's... And I do agree with some of these people that are saying this is pretty stupid. Because I don't agree with some of these folks. The reason why their man Sheamus is the heel that won it is because that's not the heel they like.
That's exactly right.
They want the heel they like, Kevin Owens, to have been the champion.
It's stupid. Sheamus got rid of this. I'm tired of carrying that briefcase around. It's run its course with Sheamus.
They really need to come up with a fresh idea for Money in the Bank, period. I think they need to leave it alone and just stop it for a couple of years.
Give it to somebody who people will like to be champion.
But that's my thing, though. Nowadays, it's, that's the face I like. That's the heel I like. That's who I want to be in the match with each other. Mm-hmm. No, heels aren't supposed to be liked. Yes, I've always been a heel guy. I've always liked heels. I've always liked the Hollywood Hogan where I hated regular Hogan. I always liked Stone Cold being more of a heel than when he was cheered. I like The Rock as a heel.
Stone Cold pretty much did this. I blame this on Stone Cold.
Oh, with the heel being cheered thing? That's where it really started at. It really did. But I don't think it was Stone Cold as much as society at the time. society at the time kind of put it that way. Everybody was loving the hellish things, the bad things in the world. People were cheering that kind of stuff. Jerry Springer, Celebrity Deathmatch. How many other bad things did they like back in the day?
You can't do anything
South
hellish
Park
anymore.
You can't. The PG thing does kind of, it handcuffs you, but okay.
But I don't think
you can do things like you can hit them in the crotch. You can walk out of a match. You can, get yourself disqualified by doing other things. You can, there's all kinds of heel ways. They don't do it. I don't agree with saying, well, Sheamus is a heel I don't like, so I'm mad he's the champion. I wanted a heel that I do like Kevin Owens, to be the champion. It's not supposed to work that way. He got heel heat because people don't like him. Okay, good. Give the title to Sheamus then. Because people are pissed off, they'll actually boo Sheamus.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have a heel they'll boo.
And they're going to try to hope they'll cheer Roman, but I'm sorry.
See, I'll go to an event.
And they may cheer right now versus Sheamus, but as soon as they get that heel in there that they like more, then Roman's going to get booed.
See, I personally, when I go to an event, I stay quiet. Unless it's WrestleMania. And I went to WrestleMania, and you can't be quiet at WrestleMania. No. But I've gone to Raw tapings and SmackDown tapings, and because I like heels, I most of the time cheer for a heel at home. But if I'm at an event, just because, what's the point in cheering for a heel when everybody else is loud cheering for John Cena? I'm not going to be like, woo, I like Kevin Owens. Well, you can't hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I stay quiet at events like that just because, they're going to cheer John Cena and they're going to boo him, and who cares? I just leave it alone. But I personally like heels better. But you can't sit there and say, I'm mad because a heel won it. Okay, everybody was mad. Everybody would have been mad if Roman Reigns got the belt.
And kept it.
So now they're mad because a heel they don't like got it.
Yes.
It's called, guess what? This society nowadays will never be happy with anything. So I understand where WWE's looking at it like, you know what, we're going to do what we want to do because nobody's going to be happy regardless. So if they don't want to watch, they don't want to watch. I get it. But that is it for part 3 where we talk about it.
Yes.
And in part 4 coming up is the list.
That don't miss.
That does not miss. It's going to be Top Rope Reality Story Time, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to pull out this Top Rope Reality book, and we're going to read you a little story.
That's right. Story time.
As we know, we're talking about the booking of NWO style takeover of NXT.
That's right. Plus, the PWI Type 500 Spotlight, and we'll tell you who that is when we come back to part number 4. And plus, we will rebook WWF WrestleMania 3, the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Remember Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat for the Intercontinental Championship and Andre versus Hogan for the WWF Championship. Well, guess what? Wipe your memory clean, ladies and gentlemen, because we rebooked it, which means it's totally different now.
As Kevin Owens tells everybody, it don't matter what happens in the past. When he's Intercontinental Champion, the history starts with him. The history starts with us.
That's
with
right.
WrestleMania 3.
So we are rebooking it all. The only thing that stays the same is the type of match it is.
Yep, the match and the name. Everything else changes.
Other than that, we're changing everything. So you got to come back to part number 4 to find out what's going to happen with Storytime, Spotlight, and WrestleMania 3.
I'm Mike Hogan.
But I'm just a cat.
We'll see you in a few clicks.